Okay, talking my kids, before to continue, could you tell me please what day is today? What? What day is today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Thursday.
Yes, don't
No.
be afraid.
Um,
Tuesday. Tuesday. Don't be afraid. Vamos, sin miedo al éxito, vamos. Tuesday. Tuesday. Now, and then, let me see something. Do you maybe have any idea, maybe did you have any favorite list? Because tomorrow you are going to vote. So do you already have your favorite list? Have you done your choice? In my case, I already have my list. Because in the morning I was listening to the proposals, to the things and stuff, and I already have my favorite list, but I want to tell you because it's secret. Okay. All right, very good. So, kids, today let's start with the unit number 4. So please, in this moment, open your beautiful books on the page number 39. 39, okay? Okay, from now on again, your most beautiful books will be your English books, okay? Don't forget, till you receive your degree after you finish your university. Yeah. Okay, so here we have moving in, moving in. Did you have any idea about what's the meaning of moving in?
Moviéndose.
But not exactly. It's another word.
Mudándose.
Exactly, exactly, yes. Mudándose, yes, exactly. That's it, that's it. So, I don't know if that is your case, but in my case, when I was a baby, a beautiful baby, my father, I didn't have a house. So I was moving into different places, right? So I was wandering around Quito. But one day, my father decided to buy the land, terrenito. And then my father decided to build a beautiful house. Now, I live with my family in the 3rd floor. Okay, I live in the 3rd floor. And then, but I don't know if now some of you are living in these kind of things like moving in. Some of you maybe, or you have your own house. Dana? Novoa?
I don't have my own house.
So actually you are living in different kind of places.
Yes.
Yeah, so to be honest, sometimes I think sometimes is good, but as well, sometimes it's not so good. Because for example, if you are living in a place and then you make friends, and that sometimes is kind of sad because you have to say farewell, my friends, and then you have to go and live in another place. And you don't know how are your neighbors, how maybe are your new friends, because sometimes you see there are good people and of course sometimes bad people. That's true, that's real, but that's the thing. Okay, yeah, very good. But here in Quito, of course, the things are totally different. Why are the things totally different? When you move to another place, you take with you everything. You take with you the bath, the cook, the book, the shelves, whatever, everything that you had in that house, you take with you. But in other places or in other countries, only you have to take with you your clothes and no more, because everything is there. You have the stove, you have the shower, you have even the drawers, You have everything. You have furniture there. You have everything. Even in some places, you have even television with Wi-Fi, with internet and stuff. You have everything. Okay, it's like to go to a hotel, but there are in some places. I'm going to tell you something. When I got married, I decided to live abroad, but not abroad, in another place. And when I got there, everything was there. The cupboards, furnitures, curtains. For me was good because it was the first time. And then I decided to build here in my parents' house because they gave me the approval. Okay. First of all, kids, what do you think is this place? Is this a normal house? Of course, no. What is it? What is it?
Mudanza.
Not exactly, but I am talking about the place.
Department.
Yes, some of these, look, and notice the difference. There is a difference. Department and apartment. There is a difference.
Department, this is very much department. The apartment, one apartment, no more.
Not exactly. It's kind of different. I'm going to show you. Let's see. Here we have. This is department store. Actually, a department store, it's a place where you can buy different kind of things like clothes, like some things for your house and stuff. This is a department store or department, but apartment is different.
Apartment is apartamento.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Don't get confused. So apartment is the word that you may use. For example, in my case, I live in an apartment and I buy my things in a department. You see? Okay, now, what do you think about these two guys? They are what? What do you think it's? They are packing. Yes, they are packing. Of course, their things. Okay, now I like to ask you, what kind of place do you live in? So I mean, do you live in an own house? Do you live in a rent house? Do you live in an apartment? Do you live maybe in a cottage? I don't know. Maybe you live in a beach house. You live in a condominiums. Where do you live, kids? Could you participate? This is a cottage. Maybe. You see? En una casita de campo, I don't know. It depends on you. It's up to you. But I don't know if you live. Where did you live, kids? Where did you live in? So let's start with the first. I have here a list. Okay, let's go with you, Mikita. Mika, where do you live in, Mika? What kind of place did you live in? Of course, of course. What kind of place do you live in?
Is a Spanish, please?
¿En qué tipo o clase de lugar usted vive?
Department.
An apartment.
Okay.
Apartment. All right, very good. Next one, Lucy, in your case?
In an apartment too.
All right. Francis? In what kind of place do you live in?
What?
What kind of place do you live in? ¿En qué clase de lugar vive? Casita, departamento, penthouse.
House.
All right, very good. Emily Coque.
House.
Okay, yeah. I think nobody lives under the bridge, right? No? It's just a joke, by the way. Do you know what's the meaning of bridge?
Puente.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Bridge. Bridge. Yeah. Now, kids, next one. I like to ask you in this case, Mauro Torres. Do you live alone, with roommates, or with your family?
With my family.
Excellent. Genesis. Do you live alone, with roommates, or with your family?
Family.
Okay. Stephanie Padilla. Do you live alone, solo con la soledad, with roommates, or with your family or your relatives?
Family.
Okay. Dana Novoa, what about you?
With my family.
Okay. Emily Sarmiento?
Profe, ¿me podría repetir? Es que me
Of
levanté.
course.
porque-
Yeah, of course. So, do you live alone, with roommates, or with your family? ¿Con quién vive? ¿Con la soledad? ¿Con amigos de cuarto o con la familia?
Family.
Excellent, with your family. Hey kids, by the way, do you still remember what's the meaning of relatives? Relatives, what's the meaning of relatives? Relatives, what's the meaning of relatives?
Parientes.
Exactly. What's the meaning of parents?
Padres.
Ya, no se me confundirá. Verá que parents no significa parientes, significa padres, papá y mamá. Y relatives no significa relativos, sino significa familiares. Don't get confused, okay? Yeah. Now, the next one. Dana E. Salazar. What are the pros and cons of living alone?
¿Me podría repetir,
What?
profe, porque no lo entendí bien?
All right. What are pros and cons of living alone? You got it? ¿Cuáles son
No
los
le entiendo,
pros?
profe, en serio, le escucho muy entrecortado.
A ver, ¿cuáles son los beneficios o cuáles son los pros y las contras de vivir con la soledad, de vivir solito, solitario? ¿Usted piensa que hay beneficios o piensa que hay, digamos, perjuicios en vivir solito? Imagínese usted, casa sola, se desvela. What do you think?
Creo que los dos, profe. Hay
Ya, pero,
beneficios y
ya,
contras.
¿cuáles son las pros que usted le ve al vivir solita? Imagínese usted viviendo en una casa solita.
Mm,
¿Cuáles serían los beneficios?
Menos gasto.
Ya, ¿y cuáles serían los perjuicios? O las contras de vivir solito. Que le da miedo el coco, yo qué sé, ¿cuál puede ser?
No se me ocurre ninguno.
Okay. Lady, what about you? What are the pros and cons of living alone? What do you think, lady? What do you think?
Los pros
Ajá.
sería sense of responsibility
Yeah, okay. What else?
y los cons I don't think I can talk.
Yes, of course. So, If you live alone, cons, you don't have no one else who talks to with the walls. So you don't have no one else to talk. And I don't know, but in my case, I don't like to live alone. I don't like the loneliness. I don't like. I do prefer a companion. In this case, of course, my wife and my daughter. If sometimes when we travel or when we have to do something else, I always do the companion, in this case with my best friends or my family. But I don't like the loneliness. I don't know if you prefer loneliness, but in my case, I don't like. I don't like. Only I prefer loneliness when I practicing, for example. When I am practicing, in this case, the piano, or when I am practicing the drums. In that case, I do prefer loneliness. But when I'm here in my house, no. I don't like. I feel like something is strange. No, I don't like. Yeah. Okay, kids, now. Then we have some expressions to learn. So, here we have. According to each statement or question, you have to try to analyze what would be the correct answers according to each statement or question. Here we have like 6 options from A to F, and then you have to analyze, okay? So in this case, I am going to give you a couple of minutes. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, and then you are going to do this. How many minutes do you want? 2 minutes is okay? Yes? Okay, 2 minutes. All right, go ahead. So let's go. In this case, please, let's go with Justin Falcon. Justin, what do you consider is the correct answer in number 1? Maybe A, B, C, D, E, or F. What do you consider is the correct option, the correct answer, Justin?
The number 1 is the letter F.
Yeah, okay. Ariana thinks that is letter F. But what about you, Justin Falcon? Justin Falcon, do you agree? ¿Está de acuerdo, Justin Falcon? Justin Falcon? Justin Falcon? Okay, no participation. Okay. Yeah, let's go with Alan Leon. What do you think, Alan? Do you think it's letter F the correct option? Or maybe do you have another option?
Correct.
Yeah, you think it's correct. Yeah, okay. Let's go with Maria Emilia Morales. Number 2, Maria Emilia. Is there furniture? What do you think is the correct option, Maria Emilia? Maria Emilia? A, B, C, D, or E? What do you think? Maria Emilia? What? I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. What's the correct option, Maria Emilia? Okay, okay. A. Yeah, Maria Emilia, she said that it's A. Yeah. Let's go with Emily Sarmiento. What do you think is in number 3, Emily Sarmiento? Is there a bus station near here? What do you think is A, B, C, D, E, or F? Emily Sarmiento.
Sí.
C? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And let's go with Angelina Lema. Angelina, what do you think is in number 4? How much is the place? Angie? 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 My God. So in this case, we have 2 correct and 2 incorrect. Now, Emily Cooke, what do you think is in number 2?
The letter B.
Okay, letter B. My God, I'm going to clean it. Yeah, letter B, perfect. And in number 3, please, Emily Cedeño.
The letter A.
Letter E.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Tucky, yes. There you have my kids. Okay, maybe any kind of question about this expression or stuff, maybe? Did you understand every single word that you have in this case? Yes? Okay, so my kids, that is all for today, my kids. Thank you so much again for your collaboration and participation, and tomorrow we're going to continue. So